Welcome to the Gump Report. The Gump Report. I'm sorry. That wasn't nice to do. I'm sorry. Welcome to the Gump Report. I think this is episode 46. Now, what do we got? This is about, I think I'm going to reuse the title, Triple H Needs to Leave, Part 2. You know why? This is about NXT. We've already heard how things are really going. Now, I've seen the Select Day. I've seen Just Alex. I've seen Solid Monster. I've seen those Street Talk. I even seen the Wrestling Inc. podcast. And honestly, they all vary in certain ways on how they feel about NXT. The Wrestling Inc. believes that NXT getting a makeover, getting fixed, this will probably be good. It'll be all right. I think it'll really help the show because they've lost focus. Then you got Just Alex. He is definitely afraid of what's going to happen to the NXT members right now. And he's saying, why don't you just get rid of NXT and bring everybody up to the main roster? Then you have the Slug Daddy of Off the Road Show Central. And he makes it very clear, this is all Hunter's fault. Now, he doesn't take anything away from Vince being stupid and messing up. But he's saying, what the hell were you thinking, Hunter? Trying to make NXT into an indie promotion. Look what happened. You got your ass whooped by an indie promotion with a billionaire behind it. And you got a billionaire behind you. And then you got JD. And he makes it very clear. How in the hell was Triple H going to be able to compete against AEW when WWE's main leadership has been sabotaging him for years? We've seen literally only a few people from NXT ever either get somewhere or be used. Almost everyone has been buried to a certain point where many of them have been so disenfranchised. Remember EC3. If anybody saw EC3 back in 2019, he was super enthusiastic when he used to come out with his name going, EC3, turns around. And then after about 3 months, he lost hope. That was not part of his gimmick. He literally didn't care anymore. He was so broken because of how badly WWE didn't give a damn about him. That's what JD was trying to get to. That how could he win? How could he have won if Vince, and he made it very clear, Vince was the one who decided to go to USA, not Hunter. Everyone thinks that Hunter said, hey, it'll work. Put me on there. No, Vince made that decision. Vince made the decision to do 2 hours instead of 1. This is all that JD said. Now, what is my perception? This is how it goes. I watched NXT around 2014 to 15. I didn't do no videos on it. It was sporadic because there was a lot going on. I was upset a lot. I was having problems. One of my cats was already just passed away at that time. I was very frustrated. Then another cat passed away, and then my aunt passed away, and I was just not great in the head. And I wasn't really fond of watching NXT anyway because the one major reason was that anyone that went to the main roster, every single person was basically screwed after a certain amount of time, and then they didn't do anything until Vince decided, okay, we'll do something, and then it's mostly mediocre. Unless it was Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose. Generally, Roman Reigns was the one that was the most cared about because he is a Samoan. Nia Jax is cared about because she is a Samoan. Let's be honest, right now she's not doing much, but it doesn't mean that she wasn't hot due to the fact of being The Rock's cousin and Roman Reigns being The Rock's cousin. Now, mind you, I'm not taking anything away from the Usos. Usos earned everything they did since 2009 into 10. They worked their ass off to get to where they are. But now, look at Jimmy. John Fatu. Guy got drunk again. I forgot the name of it. What is it called? Under the influence. What is it? Intoxicated under the influence. And he got himself in trouble again. Driving intoxicated under the influence. And he pretty much got titles. He pretty much got the rub because they wanted to make sure Rock is going to be there. He shouldn't have got anything. He should have been penalized. He and his brother should have easily been out of any title picture and out of any storylines because they screwed up because of him. No. Vince will only care about the ones he cares about. Now, what does this mean for me personally? I stopped watching, and this is what it means to me. I stopped watching when I saw Rusev destroyed by John Cena. They've been doing it for a while, but Rusev was on NXT. He came out big and hot and was able to do something. By that moment, I'm pretty much tuning out. I didn't want to do any. I think around that time I was doing reviews. Around that time with Rusev. And I just didn't want to do any reviews of it because why am I going to do reviews or have any investment if he gets screwed? Kevin Owens. He gets the title and then gets screwed easily multiple times by John Cena. I couldn't take it anymore. Sami Zayn, the same thing. Asuka was the straw that broke the camel's back for me personally. I saw Asuka for almost 2 years. She had the best match I think she ever had with Mickie James. That happened on NXT. When Mickie James first came back, she went to NXT. She had a match with Asuka. That one-time off match, that was so well done. That was one of the best matches she's ever had with a seasoned veteran on WWE TV. Didn't matter if it was SmackDown, Raw, or NXT, or Superstars, or 205 Live. It didn't make a difference. That was the best women's match you could have seen by two really good professionals. The best match that was aired. And what happened to Asuka? She jobs to Charlotte Flair, who didn't need it. Everyone said, oh, this was great for Charlotte. No, it wasn't. I said it myself. If you go back into my videos, when that video happened, I said that was stupid that Charlotte had to win that and Asuka carried the damn match. So when you see all this, I'm going like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going to watch, and I'm not going to watch anymore. I'm not going to watch NXT. And if I ever do, it's very sporadic. And now NXT has reached the end of the road because Vince was so pissed off. It wasn't the fact that he has been sabotaging NXT for a while. We know he has. We also know, if anyone thinks that Triple H was in charge when NXT moved to USA, he was not. He was told what to do for the most part. Oh yeah, he had a few moments where he could show what he can do, but Vince was in charge of NXT. May not have been total, and I even said it. I said Vince was going to have some influence, and look how NXT turned out. From the time it went on to USA until finally when they announced that they're going to revamp NXT, Vince has been influencing NXT. The guardrails, gone. Now, you got the barricades. You got people in very dark areas. You can't see anything. That was Vince's implementation. That wasn't Triple H. That was Vince. Everything that happened on NXT was from Vince. The new lighting, the new logo, the new set, that was Vince. That said, hey, you're going to have these things. And don't think that Triple H had 100% input in everything he had. He had maybe 50%, maybe 60%. The rest was still Vince. So when they got beat by AEW in ratings, Vince, who really wanted AEW to go under because, hey, he thought, well, this part of our promotion is not much, but it'll always be better than any indie promotion. And it got its ass beat. So when you see this situation, Triple H pissed off Vince. So now, when everyone, including myself, thought that Vince would let Triple H take over, or we hoped he would, it's not going to happen now. Triple H will not take over. And this is why I said in my last video, Triple H needs to leave. This is what I think, guys. At this moment in time, TakeOver 36 is going to happen. Now, I am going to watch TakeOver 36 if I can, because this is my schedule. This is going to be, now, I just done my Dynamite review. Tomorrow, I will be uploading this, as well as doing my Impact review. Friday, I will be doing Rampage, and I will see if I can see emergence from Impact Plus. I'm going to see if I can. And then I will be watching SummerSlam, and then I will be watching TakeOver 36. Yeah, that's a lot. Hopefully I don't want to miss anything, because that could be a little overwhelming for me. It might get me upset, but I want to try. But let's be honest here. This will be the last time TakeOver will be, in a sense, the way Triple H normally would have it, in the amount of capacity that he has. Because remember, guys, even if he has 60% of control, Vince still has 40%, or letting him have 40% or less. Who knows how much Vince has been controlling of NXT. We know he's been controlling it to a certain extent. We just don't know how much. But it's obvious. This will be the last time anyone will ever see NXT the way it is. And this is what I'm hoping. After NXT is done, 1 month later, Triple H goes to Vince and says, I want to give my notice. And he says, what? I want to give my notice. Because I believe within a month or two, this is me, the earliest will be a month. But it could be at least 2 months, maybe 3, I say 2. That Vince will move Triple H off of NXT. He will just be a figurehead, if at all. May never see him again, or even hear from him again. He may be moved to corporate and move right back to Titan Tower, as they call it. And I do believe this is what he needs to do. He goes over to Vince and says, I want to give him my notice. He says, what? I want to give him my notice. I'm done. He says, you're done. I say, yeah, I'm going to leave. Please give me my notice. I know I still have a contract. Vince, I got to go. I did my best for you. I did my best to run NXT in the hopes of giving you something more. You have not done it. You have not done anything that I've shown you. I have built these people up. You never even gave them, many of them, a chance to even get the gimmicks they built on. And Vince will probably say, come on. You know it doesn't always work on the roster. He says bullshit. You never gave them a chance. You never gave any of the people that I built for you a chance. And this is what it all comes down to. What the Slag Daddy's not really paying attention to. Wrestling Inc. is not paying attention to. Just Alex recognizes it, but Just Alex is still hoping that things will work. And JD does see exactly as I do. I think pretty much me and JD are very similar, that we're both realists. We can see the writing on the wall. Vince never gave any of them a chance to let the original gimmicks from NXT even be tested. Because like I told you guys a while ago, if anybody's ever seen my channel for quite a while, I've said this. How a promotion works when they get people from a developmental is this. They have the developmental, usually another promotion that's much smaller than them. They have these people that they ask them to train, help them get some gimmicks, help them learn how to do promos, how to wrestle, how to come up with their own personas, their charisma, help them to develop. Because either they're very strong, very good amateur wrestlers, or they have something that makes them special. And then they bring them over and they give them a chance with the gimmick and the wrestling that they had developed in the developmental. Before at least a couple of months, they give them a chance if the development was actually quite good. If it has been, they would give them the opportunity to show it to the fans, either on television, on stream, or at the arenas they go to, and just let them try it. And if it doesn't work, they say, look, we need to change you up. That is the way it's supposed to be. And they're not doing it in WWE. Whatever you get is whatever it is. And now Vince has destroyed every person that Triple H built for him. It doesn't matter if he did it in an indie type of style. He could have done it in a, guess what? TNA style. He could have done it in an ECW style. He could have done it in an NWA style, old school wrestling. He could have done it in that respect, but Vince would never accept it. Because Vince has an ego bigger than New York City. He does. And for me, I see it like this. He will go to that office, or he should go to the office, and hand in his resignation for being corporate. Because yeah, he does, I'm sure he still has a contract that does have some wrestling in it, and he probably still has a 90-day no non-compete clause if he has a contract written for that, or he has a standard corporate contract that doesn't really talk about when he can compete or not or work anywhere. He hands in his resignation, he leaves the company, and then he goes off. That is what I think he needs to do. He is done. Paul Levesque, yes, his wife is working there. Yes, his father-in-law is working there. He has a lot of his friends. His best friend is working NXT, Shawn Michaels. Road Dogg is still working there. He has other people he cares about that are working that he does care about. But what is Triple H going to do now? Is he just going to sit and just collect a paycheck and sit at his desk like this and think, I'm not happy? Because as I said in that previous video, his legacy is not Evolution or being the game. His true legacy was NXT. When everybody in the mother said 100% the people that were brought in were some of the best talents across the country and the world. Now mind you, not all of them were great because they had to be developed to a certain extent to understand what a real large wrestling promotion would require from them. How they do their promo segments, how they do their personas, and work on improving themselves. Now, that's gone. And he has nothing left but his legacy in NXT. That is gone. So what would be the point of him staying? I suggest he leaves. I don't know where he would go. The best place would be, like I said, would be Impact Wrestling if they let him book the way he should book, like he did at NXT, wasn't restricted. Or he would go to AEW. That's also a place he could go. But then he would have a conflict because of how they write there. So I truly believe that Impact might be the best place. That would be the best place for him. But that's just me. Now, what do I think is going to happen to NXT? Simply put, NXT is going to be the place for big wrestlers. But this is something that not many people are going to understand about what Vince wants. Vince constantly changes his mind. So he's going to have people book the way he wants at this time when the revamp happens. And they'll book exactly as Vince does. But guess what happened? He's going to do the damn same thing all over again. The people who are going to be running NXT will book it the way he wants it. And to a certain extent, the new revamped NXT will get over to a certain extent. And they will build a fan base. The older fan base is going to get angry and leave. The ones who really cared about NXT, they will see too many differences. They will not be happy. Others will come in and they'll fill in the gaps. But I'm going to be honest here. Anybody that's produced for the new NXT, Vince will still not be satisfied. And even though they'll be brought up, their gimmicks will be changed, their music will be changed, their attitude will be changed, and if he's not happy, he'll send them right back to NXT and the Performance Center and do the same thing over again. You know why? Because Vince does not understand one thing. Is he smart? Yes. At least he's still intelligent enough to think, because he could have Alzheimer's or dementia, any other type of sickness at his age. The key of this is that Vince has forgotten how the fans feel. Now it doesn't matter to him. He's going to do it the way he wants because of corporate. And because we hear that, hearing that Vince may sell WWE to another corporation or to a network makes things very interesting. What is going to happen and how long will WWE last? Because honestly, there's no guarantee it's going to last very long. But it's just me, and I hope you enjoyed this Gump Report. Please give me a comment, give me a like, share this video with people, even though I don't use anything right now. I don't have no Twitter for this, I have no Facebook for this. Just, I hope you enjoy it, and just let people see it, and maybe they'll like it. Peace.